The grass is greener on the other side. I'm chilling with my squad, so you know
I love the two of you. Like, get the fuck out of here. Hey, kill me, bro.
This nigga, dog.
It's like we don't need either of the two of you, bro. Both of y'all can get the fuck out of here.
Both must die.
That's some funny shit.
YoungstaCPT, Shane Eagle.
YoungstaCPT.
Wait, before you go on, can either of you guess what he's gonna say?
Oh, yeah.
I feel like he's gonna say shit, man.
I think he's gonna say Shane. I think he's gonna say Shane.
Must live. Okay. Shane Eagle is a wannabe J.Cole. And until he, you know Reicha Park? It's there next to Katlo. No, next to Katlo.
Wait, pause the video. I just want to say this guy is talking complete nonsense.
Bruh. Defend your boy, bro. Defend your boy, bro.
There's no defense needed. This guy must go, bro.
That's funny.
Next to Katlo.
Oh shit, because of Shane, bro.
You know this too, bro. It's been dream for niggas.
It was even like he was even shot with Ebro there. Oh yes. Yeah, Ebro beats. Now imagine his accent. He doesn't speak like anyone from. Now imagine it's close to Katlong, so you know I've spent lots of time in Katlong. I've been there. Dude, I was chased around in Reicha Park once, you know what I mean? By some colored dudes, you know, because, you know, like, some guy drove nonsense. But what does that have to do with the music? He represents that in his music. Okay. But if you listen to YoungstaCPT, dog, it means that if you've got that Cape Colored accent and everything, you can still rap and be a superstar because YoungstaCPT is a superstar. You know, there are people who say colored people don't have a culture. The only rapper that is representing colored culture is YoungstaCPT. If you shut out YoungstaCPT, the representation of colored culture dies. Shane Eagle doesn't do that. Whether he's alive or dead, he doesn't represent anything that matters. He's just a wannabe J.Cole. So we don't need the Shane Eagle. We don't need it. You know what I mean? What did you think of him when you saw him on the Vuzi hustle? Like, we don't need it. That's what I thought.
Do you know what I like about him though? As much as it's like, I personally feel like he's wrong. He justifies his wrong opinions well. Like you can actually fall for it because it's like Youngsta represents color culture, Shane doesn't. And there's a point there. But how important is it to represent your culture? Like how important is it for Nesta to represent Zulu?
Nah, where I'll differ with him is he's on some, he must use the colored accent. But not shit.
Yeah.
The thing with Shane is, he's talking about his culture and his music. Talking about being colored and all that shit.
So, two niggas hit me from the backside.
This guy, and the thing is, Shane doesn't have an accent. You can't help it. That's not his fault.
It's not a choice. It's not a choice.
Youngsta has the accent. And Shane raps about this shit, these lifestyle, this coloredness in his songs. So, I don't know what this guy's getting at, bruh. If you take away the accent on Youngsta, now you see another Shane Eagle as well. You see what I mean? You take away the...
Nah, Youngsta is beyond the accent. Youngsta stays rapping Kapstan, bro. Even the
Okay,
title
yeah.
of his song,
He does rap.
his
Actually,
content.
he does rap.
Yeah, he does. So,
I
they're
feel like
different types
the accent point is just...
They're different types of colors, those two guys. They're not the same type of color.
Yeah.
It's not... Yeah, but anyway, I don't know what this is.
If Nasty C sounds American, he's teaching kids that they must hate themselves.
Ooh. You hear that?
No.
If Nasty C sounds American, he's teaching kids that they must hate themselves.
How?
How else way?
How? I heard this, I was like, what?